Hamas fighters have launched a fierce ambush on Israeli forces, striking a Neymar-type armored vehicle and inflicting casualties on the soldiers inside. According to Hamas's Al-Quds armed wing, their fighters opened intense gunfire on the Israeli unit, forcing them to retreat from forward positions. This confrontation is just the latest in a series of brutal encounters as Israel pushes deeper into Gaza and Hamas resists with every weapon at its disposal. Reports suggest that over 15,000 Hamas fighters remain active across the Strip, determined to block Israel's complete takeover. In recent weeks, they have repeatedly targeted Israel's Merkava tanks and armored carriers, inflicting injuries and fatalities that highlight the staggering cost of Israel's advance. The clashes in Gaza City have been especially violent. Israel has concentrated its forces in a campaign to dismantle Hamas's leadership, with figures like Abu Obaida at the center of its target list. The fighting has transformed densely populated neighborhoods into war zones, as Israeli forces strike high-rise buildings and civilian infrastructure, claiming that Hamas uses these locations as operational bases. For residents, the reality is devastation, with entire blocks reduced to rubble as the battles rage. On the ground, the strategy of Hamas relies on ambushes, tunnel networks, and close-quarter confrontations. Every step of Israel's advance faces resistance, and the group continues to release statements portraying their fighters as unbroken and determined. The Israeli military, however, insists that it is steadily eroding Hamas's capacity to fight, pointing to captured positions and the elimination of field commanders. Yet, with 15,000 fighters still resisting, the war for control of Gaza City is far from over. For Israel, the challenge lies not just in the heavy casualties among its forces, but also in the complex urban landscape that Hamas has turned into a battlefield. Armored vehicles that are normally symbols of military strength have proven vulnerable to ambushes in narrow streets, and each day of fighting brings new reports of clashes that test the patience and resolve of advancing troops. For Hamas, the ambushes serve a dual purpose, inflicting losses on Israeli soldiers and sending a message that the group remains capable of fighting back despite Israel's overwhelming firepower.